Hello and welcome back. In the last episode, we began using a minor arc to fill out one of the scenes. We'll finish that in this episode. Let's get started. In the last episode, we started writing a scene between James, the farm manager, and Robert, who is now all despondent because his wife's gone. So we're going to continue that, but we're going to flip over now and start writing it from Robert's point of view. So we always need to look at whose scene it is. So we've now moved to further up, and we did really the stasis and the trigger of a minor arc in the last episode. So now we're on to a quest, and the quest really is to find... It's kind of James's quest to find some way to get his boss out and about and to kind of break him out of his funk. So although it's James who's driving the story, we're going to do it from Robert's point of view. Robert was sitting outside as the sun dipped low on the horizon. Their hands had gone home for the weekend. Gone home for Sunday, they work Saturdays. Had gone home, but James was walking through the field towards the cottage. I thought you might appreciate a drink, sir. Cider. Made from my own yard. Robert, they said, how does Robert do it? And he said, yeah, okay. You know, he kind of, it was, rubbish. Robert didn't reject the offer. He was collecting cups. Poured from the bottle. There's something you want to talk about. And James is like, no, I'm actually just kind of interested in making sure you're alright. You are my employer. So one could argue that I'm looking out for myself. Robert stared into space. What are you looking at? The train line. James followed his gaze. I came from nowhere, and I often sit here wishing it would come back. I just want to know what happened to her. Settled in his seat and said, I was talking with Mary blah blah blah, who's visited a medium in London. Who visited a medium in London to ask about her dead mother. She said she was very good. She said she spoke of things that only her mother could have known. Here we go. I know how to put this. I can't do that. Robert said. Now, normally you don't put Robert said, he said, she said. But I think with dialogue, when you've got, after several layers of dialogue, it's really good just to reinforce who's speaking. So with dialogue, you change paragraph every time you change a new character. So if James is speaking, he speaks in one paragraph. And if Robert starts speaking, you go to a new paragraph, and we can identify the backwards and forwards of the conversation. But if you leave it without saying Robert said or James said for too long, readers can sometimes get a little confused. So it's always worth, after every 3 or 4 lines of dialogue, just to throw that one back in. Dead. To contact the dead means she's dead. I'm not ready to accept that. I just want to believe she's coming back. So we've made a bit of a discovery. So the quest is, how do we get him to London? How do we get him to see a medium? We don't know, but that's the quest. And the discovery is, that's why he won't do it. He doesn't want to accept that she might be dead and we're contacting the dead. So here we get a critical choice. So we need to try and find a way to show that, so James can say, using a medium doesn't mean she's gone. She may be trapped amongst the spirits. What if she could tell you a way to bring her back? Wouldn't it be worth trying at least? What have you got to lose? Lose? I've lost everything. I've lost my love, my passion, and then James is going to put, and your business and your friends. If you don't come to terms with this, but you need to do something, but find a way to move forward. Go to London, visit the medium. If the charlatans, discover. If the real, you may contact Rebecca, but you must do something. You can't sit watching a train line in the vain hope ghost train appears and return Rebecca. You've got to find her. And then I think we just kind of want, that is the argument that wins it. So the critical choice is actually made for him by James, and set down his drink, lean forward in the chair. Oh, that's also lean forward in the chair. Lean forward in the chair. Whispered, I'm scared. I don't know if I can face the ghosts. The ghosts who stole Rebecca. That's kind of it. So he's really, he knows he needs to do it. We've kind of got the reversal. Find out, take the chance, go and search for her, and discover if you have the courage or not. Then, as an afterthought, would she search for you? If the tables were turned, would Rebecca search for you? Yes, but Robert squeezed his eyes closed. Yes. Then you need to search for her. She might be out there waiting for you. And then he's just going to say, I know. I will. But we've done it. We've managed to find a way to do this. Let's just have a quick look at the word count. So if I pull this one up, we have tools, we have word count, 1,500 words. Now, back at the beginning, I said this would be 25,000 words. And we now have 3 scenes of about 500 words each. And we know that we have 33 scenes. To be honest, these are very short scenes. These are really little ones. There will be some that are quite long, and there'll be some that are short. But you can see, doing 25,000 words, if we've already done 1,500, it's going to be very fast. We're going to have to keep this book light. Otherwise, it'll end up as a huge tome, which we don't want. We want a really quick, short novella. So I'm going to leave it there. And in the next episode, we may do one more scene, and then we'll move on to looking at revisions. So I will go away and write the whole book, and then we'll come back and look at how we put it together afterwards. Until then, keep working on your stories, and we'll see you real soon.